Because is there really anything called a perfect man? We know that's not true. Now, we know that there isn't anybody perfect. But what are the features women look for, need to discover in a man to know that he's at least suitable for her? How and when can you find them? Then we can discuss this, ask if a married man in pregnancy, that's a different topic. But this issue of this perfect man, perfect woman, and I said it yesterday, that especially with the Sammie Okposo story, that this is a woman that looked perfect in every way. And you think that she's got it all, married a celebrity, and so what exactly do we want as a people? Is it that we miss our priority on what we need as human beings, or we are just constantly looking for more? And that's really the direction of our conversation. Yes, BC.
I think for people who cheat, if you're not cheating as a result of having a mental problem, because that one is big, you're cheating because you want variety. So it has nothing to do with the person in the house. The person in the house may be perfect, may be beautiful, has everything. In fact, you will cheat with people that are less than the person in the house. It just has to do with the person who is cheating, and not because somebody is lacking in one way or the other. When they tell you, because my wife cannot do this, and they're just making excuses, that's not the reality. But I know that there is no perfect human being. You can't find one. We just have our different vices in different proportions. And when you're picking a spouse, whether it's a man or a woman, you need to check your list and find out which one tops. So if the person checks like 70, 80%, and it's good enough for you, probably the 20 is not something you cannot live with, then you manage the person. Everybody has their baggage. In fact, there's something in my saying in my place that when you're getting married, it's like you're getting a gift. So when you carry the gift home, whatever you open, it's yours, and you have to find a way to use it. That's how relationships and marriages are. So if you're waiting to get that person who will check 100 over 100 on your list, you are deceiving yourself, because even you yourself, you're not checking 100 and 100 over 100. If they check you, you have some lapses. But then you find the ones that, okay, this person has this weakness here. Maybe he shouts a bit too much, or he doesn't give me plenty money, or he has this so and so. Well, I can live with that, and then you go ahead in that relationship. But if you're waiting that that person must have 100 over 100, like I said, there is no perfect person. There is nowhere, even in the churches, you will not find them. There is nowhere you find a perfect person. Work with people who, so when you're choosing a spouse, for instance, pick somebody who would hear you out, who would respect you, who would love you, who would feel your love language, and you're good. Whatever comes, you find a way to handle it.
Nima, your thoughts on this matter? Because as I say, it's a bit of a continuation from yesterday, because we're discussing lessons learned, and we find ourselves in different scenarios. And it's always important for us to review and see how we can take steps, not even to get in, just like she's already said, don't even enter it at all if you're not sure exactly what you're looking for. But once you are in it, you're already in it. You have met this woman, and then she's a philanderer. You met this man, he's a philanderer, and you're trying to manage it, and you don't want to leave. You want to stay. How do you begin to understand and adjust to this new life?
So everybody is a package, and they come like they come. So you cannot take some and leave some. Except you're not getting married, maybe you're in a dating kind of arrangement, you can take some, leave some. You can, make up with from others. But once it's marriage, because of the way marriage is structured and to maintain the sanctity of it, you have to take all. So it's not like, and I would not like to focus on the male side. Let me talk of, because what we see more is men who after marrying women start to say, she's not like my mom, she's not this, but you saw her, she was beautiful. You liked certain specifics, and then the lacking areas, you start to shout. They come like that. So the person is a person trying to improve themselves, except they stop trying to grow. If they're constantly trying to grow, give them time. You take them and love them like that. And there's always also a saying my parents used to say that your backgrounds are separate. Your exposures and realities were different growing up. So you people are coming with your two differences. And if your marriage must work, you must accept each person's like that, each person with their experiences and exposure. It's not like when they come in, you start to say, in my own family, we don't do this, I can't take it. No. You start to put hardship. That's how men create hardship on the woman. Or
Women
mostly, or most women also, but mostly men, because you know they have, in the patriarchal society they have mercy. So you find a woman struggling constantly, trying to become what her husband's specifics are. Some women, it takes a drain on their mental state. Before you know it, she's become a nag, she's become stressed, she's shouting. Whereas she can be a pleasant, loving person if she's understood, you know? And so it's the same for a man. Listen, try to be the better half, and let the person grow.
All right.
Give that patience.
Let me go and agree. When we come back, we'll try to twist the conversation a bit more. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
And we're talking earlier during the break that even some women go as far, when you meet a man, they bleach their skin, they want to look a certain way, they want to enter a certain class, they want to, you know, they do all that, they look a certain way to be attracted to a certain person. And then that person still hurts. So you now think that all the wahala I've been doing, to what end is this? Okay.
Like I said during the break, I just said there is no perfect person. So when you meet a man who now tells you, oh, I like my women light, so please start to bleach your skin, and you start to bleach. You're not doing it, you're doing it for him. And you will never be perfect, because if a person doesn't like you the way you are, they will never like you. You know, so I think women should, and men, not just women, men and women, if you meet a woman, because you know, 2 weeks ago we treated that topic on the guy whose his wife left him. He was a mechanic, and his wife left him. You know, that's another instance of he was okay for her when she was
using it.
So, YK, what I see, because I've had this issue a few times with people just having to discuss what they're going through in their relationships, and what I now started realizing is for all those partners, it could be a man or a woman now, so we're not just on one gender, who would see you the way you are and then want you and suddenly start telling you that you have to change. So they're now like, okay, you look at me now, I'm a blackie, and all of a sudden you now tell me that I have to start lightening, that you actually prefer me to lighten up. That's one. Or, okay, yeah, you're very thin, I want you to be fuller. That's two. You start putting pressure on the other partner to be a certain way. Meanwhile, when you were choosing, you saw those people who were that certain way and you didn't come for them. For me, it's an abuser who does that. It's somebody who is manipulative. And sometimes, because we're in a hurry to just get this love, just be in a relationship, just be in a marriage, we are willing to take in anything. And at the end of the day, you are struggling to do things to meet up to the person's expectations. Now, where does it end? You know, we're talking about this bleaching. They said 70% of Nigerian women bleach, right? Because their men want them fair. People like me were put under serious pressure growing up to change our skin tone. As a matter of fact, it got even modeling. We'll go for auditions, you're good, but you don't get the job simply because you're not bright skin. So a lot of us fell under that pressure. Thankfully, me, I didn't, because no wahala. When I blow, I can blow myself with myself. You know, I had that confidence, but it took a lot. There were some times I would sit down and I would feel really bad. For a dark human being or a dark girl, especially in Nigeria, at the time I was growing up, you have to work twice as hard. So a fair person will just waltz into the place and everybody will notice. But you have to be intelligent, you have to be well-spoken, before they even see a glimpse of you. So it's still the men at the end of the day who puts those sort of pressures on somebody trying to be somebody else just to please you. So what my advice that I would give to women or men personally is, if you see me the way I am and you think it's okay, come. But if you come with the intention of changing me to be somebody I am not to please you, it won't work.
No, but
because
sometimes,
when does it end in that
sometimes it's not about pleasing the man. Sometimes let's talk about this bleaching for a second. Let's stick on. I'll come to you, but let's stick on bleaching for a while, because there are people who actually find favors because they are yellow. You enter a place and everybody turns around because who's that? That fine lady that just came in. You get their attention, and you taste that attention. You realize that, oh my goodness, people notice me because I'm taking care of my skin. Like I'm bleaching, I'm light, I'm yellow. So that in itself, not just because of the man, but it's always a decision an adult takes to get the attention she seeks.
Makes no mistake. The creator makes no mistakes. So it is a mental problem. I consider it one when a dark-skinned person thinks that, you know, I just need to be a bit lighter to get favors. If you need to put an extra, it has to be in your intelligence. End of story. Because that person with the fair skin will only last as long as their brain can reach. They're not going to use skin tone execute any work now.
Any projects.
See, I wanted to jump on when BC was talking that sometimes we give the men this impression that, you know, it's only when we are looking in a certain way that we are fine. And it starts from the person who dates and who leaves somebody to date somebody else. So women who filter looks, you will be in your house with your husband, you wear your natural look, your natural hair, and you expect him to love you. But when you are going out, you say you need to look glamorous. Auntie, define one. Stay one place. Don't confuse us.
We have to look.
No. It's we women. We are the patronage. We are the everything. We set these standards, and now these standards have become everywhere. Everybody is now using it, and we are still coming now and say, "Man, you're asking too much." I ask you, Auntie, please.
Pick a hustle.
Pick one.
Okay, so can you understand what she's saying?
No, I want to go to. I want to make it, you people will fight me, but the colonization is part of our problem.
Major.
Christianity is another part of our problem.
Religion. So that it covers all the other religions. Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Because the religion is foreign. I will go to Christianity, for instance, because there is a face, and that face is a white face. So you go and automatically, you don't even know it's happening. In your subconscious.
I'm here. I will help you with the terms.
That person that you are looking at is superior to you. So when you see
anybody that looks like that person is superior to you. Automatically.
So automatically, you don't know. It is subconscious. So when you see a white person, definitely that person is my superior, because that person that I have looked at as
I want you both.
Now, what happens is I will go to the hair. When you do your hair and you are doing like Olibo,
you will come into that.
You have keyed into that superior, so you are feeling superior.
So okay, it's easy for you to say. You got nice hair.
Yeah,
you got beautiful hair.
Yeah.
Some of us don't have good hair.
I'm even covering my hair.
Yeah, but that's you. No, because that was you. If I had your hair, I would leave my hair out.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's leave that one. I'm trying to tell you, because I'm bringing up my brother's daughters, and I'm trying to make them proud of who they are. Now, there are three. Two are fair, one is dark. The dark one feels inferior because she's dark.
Yeah.
And society, she doesn't know it, when I used to work on the show, I had a friend who was of mixed race.
Yes.
She was nice and light. And when we were working on the show, and believe you me, I thought I was finer than her. But no man will look at me.
When she's there.
When she's there, because I was dark and she was light. Your eye, the man's eye, was just yellow.
They're attractive now.
They're attractive.
So the yellow,
they are what you call attractive.
They look.
But I have another friend.
Where?
I have another friend, Carol. She says if you want to know whether a yellow person is fine, imagine that person dark.
Dark. That's what we used to do. We used to paint pictures.
Growing up.
Growing up in just
the point is, we can talk about this in this nice fluffy way, but the truth, the reality is,
give us
yellow girls open doors. If you enter a place, that's the truth. You enter a place. No. Sometimes you can keep listen. Let us be realistic. Sometimes it keeps the kind of door. If you're looking for a door in aeronautics, maybe not. But if you're looking for a door in entertainment, absolutely. Let's be real here. Because a lot of actors and actresses realize that it makes them look brighter and attractive on set. So the point is, are we speaking against bleaching? Or saying, because these are adults.
100%.
We're saying these are adults. They can make a decision. If I want to bleach it, you can make an adult decision to go and bleach your skin. It's your business. Right. But the real problem is, how does it affect those coming behind us?
You see what YK is saying that we are missing is that mentality has now encouraged people to bleach children.
Yes.
Encourage people to bleach children.
They bleach children.
Okay.
And the repercussion, let me use local language, repercussion of bleaching on the skin, under the eyes. It's happening to a 7-year-old girl. You need to be a crazy mother to put your child to go through the consequence of something that will happen in 30 years' time. When I had my daughter, my children, I said they come out white. They come out as if they don't even have blood. It takes a while, you know. And I bought my child and said, this making yellow. Make you miss one thing with Ori.
To maintain the color.
I cut off.
Hey.
That's why I cut off. I cut off quickly.
Yes.
They call it toning.
No,
Oh.
it's glow.
People are, I don't like this conversation.
So why?
It's one-sided.
See, no, it's not one-sided, Murayo.
one-sided.
See, okay, if you like, call it one-sided.
One-sided.
Because you see, we can't even sit at a public place and make this all right. That's how bad it is. We need to regulate this industry of chemists.
People
that
are dark people. That's why they're talking like this. I want somebody yellow on set. We need the yellow person on set because
No, they have.
Wait,
You know, we
now.
have different categories. They have naturally
You are yellow
yellow
now.
people.
I'm brown skin. I'm brown skin.
You can't be brown.
No,
And
I'm
I be
brown
brown.
skin.
No, don't
See.
just say where you are. Now me
See.
be brown. You
I
yellow.
come from a family.
But they have they have naturally yellow
people. Let me finish.
Yes. God has made you
You did
yellow. You don't
yellow.
like you now. It's coconut oil. Me, I know that
See,
you
we
use.
call them
You don't
in
use
my-
any other thing. It's
in my
natural.
family,
Why
in my
now?
family.
It's no Ori.
Oh,
Me? I don't even use anything.
So
in
those are
my
natural.
family, we called my yellow cousins, my ancestors, who were yellow, white all through. They call them aljenu. They call them genes because they looked different. And I still have it. I see some signs of it, but I have never wondered or been bothered about how to turn to my cousins. When you see them, they are lucky to have dark hair. So it's never bothered me. Just be okay to
But
be
you have
That
your
is
eyes.
you.
You have the Angelo
Listen,
eyes.
guys, listen.
Your
And
eyes
this is
are
why I
like
say it's one-sided because
It's
you
not.
are not bothered about that.
And
But
it
the truth,
shouldn't
because
be.
you are not in the industry. You are in the industry, but you are resolute to stay in where you
And
are.
then the
But
industry-
But it was a
This
lot of
industry,
work.
they are
Yeah, a lawyer,
That
Jerry,
resolution-
go and sit down.
that resolution was a lot of work.
Yes.
That resolution came from a place of my father had instilled in me enough confidence that I was beautiful in any color. So I have 3 kids. The 2 girls they're not even close to your color, but a bit, you will say they're a bit light. My son is dark. And I know what I tell him almost on a weekly, monthly basis, that blacks don't crack. You're like your mommy, you're cute. You're going to look like this in the next 70 years.
Yes.
Trust me, they'll be arguing your age. To make him understand that he should own his color. Because he watches cartoon. He sees what is happening on social media, and he sees that everybody's after the very attractive one. And when you come to my house, you dare not tell me one child is finer than one. I will beat you up.
Yeah.
Simple.
No.
I'm doing it deliberately because I knew what I went through in a society
you see-
where fair catches everybody's
Yes,
attention.
this is you are deliberate. Let's put yourself in the shoes of a young lady. You don't have anybody in this Nigeria. You have no connection, you have nothing, but you have a good talent as an actor. And you go in for auditions, and you have, the only chance you have is to be brighter and lighter. So you take that chance, and guess what? You get the role. Now, whose fault is it that the industry she's getting into is demanding that she gets lighter? Are you going to blame her for that?
But you
Or
contributed
should
to
we-
the industry.
Who contributed to the
Thinking
industry?
like that, you who has that mentality and you are willing to go any length to do something
To
about
get what
it.
you want.
You've just contributed to that mentality.
Yeah.
Morayo Jotoriolo, when we were little, children babies used to run competition as babies. It's just their hair that even was the difference among babies. Now babies now look weird.
Yeah.
On Instagram, they are selling cream.
Nima,
please
when
now.
my daughter wanted to do
Please,
sorry if I
bail us
forget.
out of this.
Do you lose your authenticity because you are seeking for success? For
what
years
is
in the
success
modeling
without
industry, I did not get any job. I will go for all the auditions. I will go for everything. I did not get any job. I did not get any endorsement. I was not brand anything. And I was seeing my fair counterparts shining in Fanta, shining in Glow, shining in everything. And I felt horrible. But will I now say because I wanted it so bad, I will lose who I am meant to be? Today, my color is paying me. Hello. If I don't tell you my age, you won't even guess it.
Yeah.
You won't guess it.
That's all.
I go for things and I don't have tear. You won't, if you look at me, you won't see anything that
No
shows
extra
I have
effort.
given birth
Auntie,
to anybody.
the
I'm just telling you.
foundation
no,
cover
no,
it.
no,
Obiajulu,
this foundation.
Obiajulu,
Without
Obiajulu,
foundation.
Wait, how we should carry this conversation, Because you are lucky, you are one in 30, 40
Yeah.
that has been able to surpass
Yes.
that color thing. How are we going to advise our young girls coming up?
Coming up.
Come. This is your black skin. It pays
It's
you.
gold.
This is your black skin. This is your natural hair. It pays you. Because we are the lost generation. We are gone. It's true. I mean, you're younger than me, but you have already crossed over.
Yeah.
Yes,
true.
sir.
The ones that are 18 and that are coming, those young people, how are we going to tell them that, come, who you are, what you are, is beautiful.
Okay, so I
Forget that the person that you look at in your church is white.
Mikey, leave that one. Leave that one. Leave that one.
I
No,
have to go there.
Mikey, don't go there. No, let me take you up on that,
You will
Mikey.
take me.
I don't want
I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. Take me. Because when you look at the person that you worship as a white person,
we don't worship him. We don't worship that white bar, that picture you're saying.
Subconsciously,
God is
that's the
spirit.
picture in your church.
That's not the picture in my own church.
So when you imagine God, what face comes up?
Anyways, I imagine a bright light. A bright light. I imagine a bright light.
Why do you not imagine a dark light?
Exactly.
There's no dark light. There's no dark light.
Not in dark places.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me.
Light is
Excuse me. Why is everything black? Bad.
Nobody said that. We didn't say that here.
No, but that's
the word.
Black men. Black this.
Black sheep.
Black sheep. Black that. Black.
There's white lies.
Black Friday.
White lighter.
There's white lies.
But it's used to.
White light.
Black light.
He's the bad light.
White light used to make life nice.
That white light.
White light.
Sweet.
Let's go
The
to
black
break.
light. They say devil.
We need to change it.
Let's go.
If they say there is white devil and black devil,
Please.
The white devil is better.
It's
Hey,
becoming
The
around.
black devil. is
Even in
evil.
your Bible,
We can't hear you again.
White witches and black witches.
Let's
Let's go to break.
I'll be right
Let's
back.
use our platform.
I'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.